It started like every other ordinary morning at Crestwood High. The hallway buzzed with laughter, the sound of sneakers squeaking across the polished floors, and the low hum of teenage chatter. But for Emily Carter, the shy girl who walked with her eyes fixed on the floor, school felt more like a battlefield than a place to learn. She was quiet, always clutching her books close to her chest, her long brown hair falling like a curtain to hide her face. Most students didn't even know her name, but that day they would never forget it. As Emily turned the corner to her locker, 3 girls from the cheer squad leaned against the wall there, eyes filled with mischief. Madison, the self-proclaimed queen of the school, smirked as she spotted her target. Well, look who finally crawled out. From her cave she sneered, her voice loud enough for everyone to hear. Her friends, Chloe and Amber, giggled behind her. Emily tried to walk past them quietly, hoping to avoid confrontation, but Madison stepped right in front of her, blocking the way. "Hey, nerd," Madison said, her tone dripping with mockery. "Why don't you ever talk? What are you hiding under all that hair?" When Emily didn't respond, Madison's smirk turned into irritation. With a sudden motion, she grabbed the collar of Emily's shirt and yanked her forward. "I'm talking to you," she shouted, pushing Emily back against the lockers as a few students turned to watch, some whispering, some recording with their phones. For a moment, Emily froze, her heart pounded in her chest, her breath trembling. The old Emily would have cried, would have taken the humiliation quietly, but that was before she had started learning judo, before her mother's final words echoed in her mind. Every time she felt afraid, "You're stronger than you think, Emily. Don't let anyone decide your worth." Emily's eyes lifted slowly, meeting Madison's with an unexpected calm. The crowd went silent, sensing something shift in the air. Then it happened in a blur. Madison tried to shove her again, but Emily's hand shot up in one swift, fluid motion. She twisted her wrist outward, grabbed Madison's arm, and turned, her body with a controlled precision that came straight from countless hours on the mat. A loud crack echoed through the hallway as Madison screamed, her wrist bending the wrong way before she stumbled to the ground. Gasps filled the hallway. Chloe lunged forward to pull Emily away, but Emily pivoted again, using her opponent's weight against her in less than a second. Chloe was on her knees, clutching her arm and crying out in pain. Amber froze in terror, her phone slipping from her hand. Emily stood still, breathing heavily but calm, her gaze steady. She didn't look angry. She looked unshaken, powerful, and strangely peaceful. Teachers came rushing down the hall, shouting for everyone to back away. "What happened here?" one of them demanded, but Emily said nothing. She simply stepped back, her hands trembling slightly. Now that the adrenaline was fading, she didn't want to hurt anyone. She had only defended herself, but she knew how this would look that afternoon. Emily sat in the principal's office, her eyes downcast once more. Across from her, Madison's mother was yelling, threatening lawsuits, demanding expulsion. Madison's wrist was fractured, Chloe's was badly sprained, but Emily didn't flinch, even when the accusations flew her way. Her father sat beside her, his face lined with both pride and worry. He had raised Emily alone since her mother's passing. He knew what she had been through, the loneliness, the bullying, the endless nights of crying in silence. The principal leaned forward, his tone softer than expected. "Emily," he said, "is this true? Did you attack them?" Emily shook her head gently. "They grabbed me first," she said quietly. "I only defended myself. My sensei taught me never to use judo for anger, only to protect." Her words were simple, but they carried a quiet strength that silenced the room. Days later, the video of the incident spread across social media. The clip, titled "Shy Girl Destroys Bullies with Judo Moves," went viral overnight. People were shocked, amazed, inspired. Comments flooded in, strangers calling her a hero, students confessing how they had been bullied too, thanking her for standing up. Madison and her friends, embarrassed and humiliated, didn't show up to school for a week. When they finally did, something had changed. They didn't glare or whisper anymore. They kept their heads down, avoiding Emily entirely. For the first time in her life, Emily walked through the halls without fear, not because everyone respected her strength, but because she had finally learned to respect herself. She joined the school's martial arts club and started teaching other students basic self-defense. Kids who had once felt powerless began to smile again. Standing a little taller one afternoon, as she was packing up her gear, a younger student approached her. A timid boy who looked exactly how she used to feel. "Emily," he said softly, Do you think someone like me could ever learn to fight back like you did? Emily smiled gently and placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. You don't have to fight to be strong, she said. You just have to believe that you can. Months passed, and Emily's story became more than just a viral video. It became a symbol, a reminder that strength isn't about fists or fear, but about courage, self-control, and knowing your worth even when the world tries to convince you otherwise. By the end of the school year, Crestwood High wasn't the same. There was less cruelty, more kindness. People talked openly about bullying, about mental health, about standing up for what's right, and at the heart of it all was the girl who once walked with her head down, now leading others with her head held high. Emily didn't seek revenge, she didn't want attention, she simply chose not to be a victim anymore, and that choice changed everything. Moral, true. Strength isn't about hurting others. It's about finding peace within yourself, standing tall and inspiring others to do the same.